What's good, y'all? So in this video, I'm gonna be reacting to horror movies you have zero chance surviving by Chupacabro. His name's funny, but anyways, I don't know. I just feel like I'm pretty smart, and I feel like I could get out of a lot of situations. Now, I will be honest. If it's any paranormal type of entity, it's over for me. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm going to give up. In fact, I might just delete myself first. You know what I'm saying? I don't have that will. I don't have the strength. But if it's like Scream or something, are you stupid? That's a person. I got it. If it's Chucky, are you? Come on. All right. It's certain one. If it's the Leprechaun, don't play with me. So I'm gonna see what he puts up here. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna either confirm nor deny, or I said confirm or deny if I think I can beat him or not. So here we go. Let's get into it.
Watched a horror movie and thought, these people are stupid. I could easily survive
Most of the
this.
time. Most of the
think
time.
Again.
Most of the time. Oh, think again.
Into the world of horror villains so horror won't be able to survive them. And don't be that one guy that comments, nah, not me though. Because by the end of this video, you will see that there's no way you are surviving these horror villains. But if you want a better chance of surviving them, here's a friendly tip. Hit the like and subscribe button. Because if you don't, they're gonna be at your door tonight. That is...
They gonna wish they wasn't at my door. They gonna wish they picked somebody different. I don't play. I don't play. I got all types of stuff in here that can be, you know.
It's not a clown. A name that sounds harmless until you realize this mime makes Pennywise look like party entertainment. Art is from the Terrifier series, and believe me, he's not here to make you balloon animals. He might make your intestines into balloon animals, but who knows? So who is Art the Clown? Picture a clown dressed in black and white, face painted a ghastly white, and a smile that says, run while you still can. Oh, and did I mention that he's completely silent? He doesn't speak at all. Nothing screams terror like a clown who doesn't scream at you. Art first came into our nightmares in the 2013...
Is he real? I mean, like, is he a person? Or is he a demon?
Film All Hallows Eve, before getting his own spotlight in the Terrifier franchise. He lurks the streets on Halloween night, but why wouldn't you survive an encounter with Art? Well, for starters, he can teleport. Yes, you heard that right. You think you've lost him in a dark alley? Think again. He's probably already waiting for you around the next corner. And his silence, it means you'll never even hear him coming until it's too late. Art's unpredictability is another fatal flaw in your survival plan. He doesn't follow the usual horror villain handbook. One moment, he's toying with his victims. The next, he's unleashed a level of act to do his business, until it looks like one of the main characters is about to beat him. That's when he pulls out a fucking gun. In normal horror movies, usually a killer sticks to their weapon of choice. Not Art. Nothing is off the table for him. Trying to out a tad higher than bragging rights this time, though. But let's not forget his superhuman strength. This isn't your average circus clown. Art can tear limbs off like he's pulling apart a rotisserie chicken.
So he's
overpowering him physically.
Supernatural.
It's not gonna bet. Well, there isn't one. Oh, and if you think you're hiding, remember that creativity I mentioned? Art's got ordinarily inventive in his methods, and let's just say he doesn't believe in a quick and painless demise. The more you...
One thing is how is this like... How's this much different than like Pennywise? Because he said like it'll make Pennywise look like almost like a bitch, but like I don't know, Pennywise be doing what he needs to do, unfortunately.
You resist, the more elaborate your end becomes. So, do you think you could take Art down? But teleporting super strong sadistic clown doesn't faze you. Well, you might be the bravest person alive.
No. He got me. In fact, like I said, I'll probably delete myself. If I'm gonna delete myself, I'm gonna say delete. Okay, delete.
Bad news. Buckle up because we're diving into the twisted mind of a man who doesn't need superpowers to kill you. Meet John Kramer, better known as Jigsaw, the engineer of your worst nightmares and moral dilemmas you didn't know you had. Jigsaw isn't your...
Listen, I think I could outsmart, or I don't know.
Run-of-the-mill horror
He's a
villain.
weirdo.
No supernatural abilities, no masks made of human skin, just a terminally ill man with a knack for engineering and a seriously warped sense of justice. John Kramer
Actually, he takes evil people and puts them in a place. I'm not evil. I wouldn't be there to begin with. I win.
Turn for the worst after a series of personal tragedies, including a cancer diagnosis and the loss of his unborn child. Instead of, seeking therapy, he decided to test people's will to live by placing them in elaborate death traps. Men will do anything but go to therapy, it seems. You know, you can hack your way out of them? Good luck. Each device is tailor-made to you, capitalizing on your fears and worst traits. It's like he read your diary, consulted your exes, and then weaponized that information. Escape, while theoretically possible, comes at a steep price. Success often means maiming yourself or making a choice that would haunt you forever. Lose a limb, sacrifice a friend, small stuff like that. And even if you do crawl out of one of his games, you're not off the hook. Jigsaw has a network of apprentices who are just as twisted and infinitely patient. They'll be watching, waiting for you to slip up, one wrong move, and you're back at square one. Or worse. Imagine waking up in a small room. The smell of rust and fear thicken the air. A creepy puppet rolls in on a tricycle and delivers the message, I want to play a game. Spoiler alert, it's not f***ing Monopoly. The rules are simple yet horrifyingly complex, designed to break you physically and mentally. The clock is ticking, and every second brings you closer to an end you can't predict. But here's the kicker. Jigsaw doesn't see himself as a villain. In his mind, he's offering you a chance at redemption, a renewed appreciation for your life. All you have to do is survive his twisted obstacle course of doom. No biggie, right? Now, if you're psychotic, you might be saying to yourself right now, nah, not me. I would easily get through the Saw movies. Well, consider this. Jigsaw anticipates your every move. He's 3 steps ahead, having planned for every possible escape route you might consider. And let's not ignore the moral dilemma you're tossed into. Jigsaw loves a good ethical dilemma, forcing you to make choices that pit your survival against your conscience. It's a lose-lose situation, and he is fully aware of that. So unless you're a saint with nerves of steel and a genius-level IQ, the odds aren't in your favor. So next time you think about cutting corners, or screwing over a friend of yours, or even keeping secrets tucked away, just remember, Jigsaw is watching, and trust me, you don't want to play a game of Monopoly with him. But if
Like I said, I wouldn't be in there anyways. I'm a great person. Listen, I mean pristine, integrity on 100. I win for not even being in the list of people. He got a list. Y'all gotta understand he has a list.
you thought you could survive Saw, wait until you can't even trust the very people around you, or even yourself. That's why we gotta talk about The Thing. The Thing is an extraterrestrial.
Oh my god, this movie. Bro, this movie is so good. I think this one that he's talking about was the old one. They got one that was done in 2015 or something. Bro, that shit had me looking around that makes a good horror movie when it actually has you thinking about it for days on end. And you have to question stuff, like when it really freaks you out and you thinking about it. That makes a great horror movie. And that's what this did. Because I was like, oh shit. It molds itself into other people. But if you have a cavity or something, it can't use metal. So certain things, that's how you could tell if it was it. And then it would it was so creepy.
Terrestrial nightmare that crash landed into our imaginations via John Carpenter's 1982 classic. Forget cute little green Martians, this shape-shifting parasite is more interested in turning your life into a real-world game of Among Us. And spoiler alert, everyone becomes the imposter.
Listen, it was
So what makes The Thing so uniquely terrifying?
Movie.
For starters, it's not just another alien out to zap us with laser beams. No, it's far more evil. The Thing assimilates any living organism it touches, perfectly mimicking its appearance, memories, and behaviors. But you're probably saying to yourself right now, nah, not me, I'd survive. Well, let's break down.
No, I'd delete myself. Just for the simple fact of, I don't have time. If I'm a paranoid person anyway, and nothing be going on God. But if I'm already paranoid, and now I know that there's somebody that's not who they say they are, and I gotta figure out who it is, nah, that's too much stress for me. So
Why you wouldn't. First, The Thing's ability to imitate anyone or anything makes it impossible to know who to trust. Your best friend, your spouse, even your pet goldfish Goldie could be The Thing in disguise. It's like playing hide and seek, except the seeker wants to absorb you, and hiding is futile because The Thing might already be you. Second, the assimilation process is alarmingly rapid and, shall we say, comprehensive. You could be infected before you even finish reading this sentence. One moment you're sipping coffee, the next you're part of an alien hive mind bent on world domination. Not exactly how you'd plan your day out, is it? Third, trying to eliminate The Thing is like playing whack-a-mole on expert mode. Chop off a tentacle? Congratulations, you've just created a new, fully autonomous nightmare. Each severed part can act independently, meaning your attempts to destroy it might only multiply your problems literally. But let's say you're feeling optimistic. You arm yourself with a flamethrower because, as the movie shows, fire seems to do the trick. Great, except that requires you to first identify The Thing among a group of terrified, paranoid individuals. Good luck conducting a calm and orderly investigation when everyone's side-eyeing each other like contestants on a reality show gone wrong. And let's not overlook the psychological torment. Paranoia becomes your constant companion. Who can you're undoing before The Thing even makes its move? It's like,
if there are any cuts in this, it's because it's I don't want the video to get age restricted. He's blurring it a lot, but some other things might be when they're doing like the checks or whatever, they might be like it's not suitable. So if I skip something, that's why. I'll put his video in the description. So if you want to see it like uncut or whatever, then there you go.
Me in my dating life. Everyone's out to get me. For legal reasons, that's a joke. So unless you've got a foolproof method for detecting alien parasites
Black
and a
people.
global network to implement mass screenings, which, judging by recent events, seems unlikely, surviving the thing is a long shot at best. But if you're sitting there still thinking, nah, I'd win, let me tell you about a corrupt secret society that will make your vacations a nightmare. Welcome to the dark underbelly of travel nightmares, the Hostel Organization.
Oh, I don't
Unlike
know
our
this.
previous foes, this isn't some supernatural entity or a lone madman with a flair for the dramatic. Nope, this is a well-oiled machine run by the world's elite who have, shall we say, unconventional hobbies. So, who are these people? Imagine a secret society where the wealthiest individuals bid tons of money for the privilege to, well, let's just say it's not the kind of experience you'd find on a TripAdvisor. They operate globally, luring unsuspecting tourists into seemingly ordinary hostels. The promise? Affordable lodging and maybe a chance to meet fellow adventurers. The reality? A one-rich folk. Let's start with the obvious. Unless you're hiding a $1 billion inheritance, you're not exactly in their tax bracket. And in this twisted game, money talks, especially when it's used to silence anyone who poses a threat. First off, the organization's reach is nothing short of terrifying. They're not just in one country or even in one continent, they're everywhere. They've got scouts, informants, and probably a friendly receptionist who's offering you a discount for paying in cash. Their tactics are also disturbingly effective. Victims are carefully selected, watched for weeks, even months, to ensure they'll disappear without too many questions asked. Once targeted, you're drugged before you can say room service, waking up in a place where the term all-inclusive takes on a horrifying new meaning. So, if you don't have a ton of friends and nobody is interested in your social life, you're the #1 target. But let's just say you're resourceful. Maybe you've seen a few action movies, know a bit of self-defense. Admiral, but remember, you're up against clients who pay top dollar for the experience. These aren't amateurs. They're people who can afford the best and most secure facilities to ensure nothing interrupts their little adventure. Escape? Highly unlikely when you're locked in a fortress designed to keep you in and the authorities out. Speaking of authorities, don't count on them for help. The Hostile Organization has deep pockets and deeper connections, just like every government today. Bribes, blackmail, and influence mean local law enforcement might be inclined to look the other way, or worse.
But I feel like in those types of situations, they like feed off of your fear. Like they enjoy it. It's almost like entertainment. You know, like in Squid Game, spoiler alert, how at the end it was like they were almost like, wait, is this the right movie? I mean, show. I think it was Squid Game, and it was The Purge, when it's like rich people that are like, oh, and then like escape room. Spoiler alert, where it's like rich people. What? There's another one. And Hunger Games, I think. I never watched Hunger Games, so I'm not really sure. But anyways, there was like rich people that watching like, you know, lower class people fight for survival, and they're watching it as entertainment. I feel like if you don't fight, they're not entertained. So if you don't do anything, then maybe they might just end your life then. But I'm saying maybe they'll like toss you away. But it's probably not likely. So.
Or worse, deliver you right back into their hands. It's a matter of time before they reel you back in. But if you think the scariest thing out there is a secret society,
Do the people, you know, though? Or is it just like this whole long game of this, and then they are like, okay, whatever. You can go free.
billionaires? Well, that's cute, because let's take a detour into Cannibal City in Texas. It's time to go have dinner with a family of cannibals. One of them likes chainsaws. This is Leatherface, and he's proof that sometimes the most terrifying monsters are the ones without supernatural powers. He doesn't need to teleport or play mind games. Nope, he's all about brute force, a relentless pursuit, and a roaring chainsaw that he loves quite dearly. So who is this charming, handsome fellow? Leatherface, or Jedediah Sawyer if you're feeling formal, is the not-so-gentle giant from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Part of a cannibalistic family with a flair for interior design. You know, if bones and skin are your aesthetic. He's a mentally impaired individual who expresses himself with the only way he knows how, through terrifying masks made of human skin, and of course, his favorite power tool. Now you might think, he's just one guy. I could survive this, right? How can it be that hard to avoid him? Well, let's delve into—
Nah, I feel like if you see, this is what I mean when I said I was honest. I feel like, hold on, sadistic enough to be like taking people's faces off of their alive bodies or non-living bodies or whatever and putting them on like masks. I don't know. personally, I'm not even gonna play with you because I can sense that you're gone. Okay, so I wouldn't even, you feel me, even try it. You got it. Delete. Delete. If I can't get out, delete.
First off, Leatherface is built like a linebacker who ate another linebacker. His immense physical strength makes any notion of overpowering him laughable at best. Trying to wrestle the chainsaw from his hands, you might as well challenge a grizzly bear to a dance-off. But maybe you're saying to yourself, nah, I'm a fast runner, I'm nimble. Well, that brings us to our next hurdle. Location. 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 Leatherface operates in the most remote areas imaginable. Places where GPS signals go to.
Just thinking, because again, I don't know, certain movies I don't watch. Like I like horror movies, but I feel like I've watched all the Halloweens, all the Friday the 13th, and all of like The Conjuring, a lot of supernatural movies like demons and aliens and stuff like that. For some reason, I've never watched Terrifier. I've never watched Nightmare on Elm Street. I've seen bits and pieces of what's Leatherface's movie called whatever, but some of like the slashers I've never watched a full scream. I don't know, I just don't find, I don't really know why, because I'm not gonna say I don't find them interesting, but I will say that I'm more into supernatural horror than I am into slashers. Even Saw, like when it's unnecessarily gory, I don't like that because it's just like, okay, like I can do gore. I can you do some things like that are pretty brutal. I'm cool, but you just doing it for fun every 5 seconds is just like, all right, bro. Like it's not entertaining anymore. It's just nasty. So, yeah. So I don't remember what my point was, but whatever.
Die and roadside assistance is a myth. The labyrinth rural settings are his home turf, and he knows every nook, cranny, and hidden shortcut. You're not just running from him, you're navigating his personal, dark, twisted playground.
I'm still
But
listening.
maybe you're feeling
I'm just looking
resourceful.
at something.
Perhaps you think hiding is the way to go. Unfortunately, Leatherface isn't a solo act. His family's got his back, quite literally. The Sawyer family is a tight-knit group of cannibals who are just as twisted and unhinged. While you're busy dodging Leatherface, you might stumble into Grandpa or Hitchhiker. And trust me, they're not there to offer sweet tea and crumpets. Now, let's address the wildcard factor, Leatherface's mental state. He's unpredictable, operating on a logic that defies reason. You can't negotiate or plead your way out of this one. Compassion, mercy, a moment of hesitation, they're not in his repertoire. His motivations are as opaque as the mask he wears, adding another layer to the next move. So, could you escape Leatherface?
No.
Statistically
Delete.
speaking, your chances are not great. Unlike other horror villains, there's no ancient curse to break or puzzle to solve. The terror is raw and immediate. It's fight or flight, and given his advantages, neither option bodes well for you. But if you're delusional, you might still be saying to yourself, nah, it's just a dude with a chainsaw, I can run faster than him. Well, let's dive into a curse that doesn't care about any of your survival skills or your escape plans,
Let's see.
or even how fast you can run. In fact, all it takes is a single watching of this videotape, and you are effed. Meet Samara Morgan, the
Delete.
pale-faced girl with a stringy black hair.
I'm like, once I get that phone call, it's up. I'm not trying to fight. I'm not. Like I said, I'm very, very honest with myself. It's just gonna be one of them things where I'm just like, dang, it is what it is. But I feel like it didn't. I don't. I watched that movie. Don't remember exactly, but because sometimes there's like when newer movies come out, they kind of try to like take some of like the older structure of a story, and so I remember there's some movie, whether it's Ring or if it's something that was kind of similar to it, where Smile, I think. Y'all, I'm being confused most of the time. I'm so sorry. Anyways, where if you like delete yourself, like it stops. Was that Ring? I don't know.
Hairdo that's never seen a comb. Don't let her age fool you. This is no ordinary child. Samara is the vengeful spirit at the heart of the Ring series. And she's got a
Why
whole
don't we
movie
just
she'd
help
love for you
her
to watch.
heal her trauma? Golly, I'm a psychology major. I can help her.
It's not a rom-com. You might think you're safe as long as you steer clear, but here's the kicker. If you even know about Samara existing, chances are it's already too late. Curiosity might not kill the cat, but it will definitely punch your ticket when it comes to this cursed videotape. So what's the big deal about a grainy VHS tape? Well, watching it grants you a 7-day grace period before Samara decides to make a personal house call. And trust me, she's not dropping by for tea and cookies. Once the static of the video fades and the eerie
this
images
shit was
crawl
nasty.
across
I
your
don't wanna
screen,
watch it again.
the countdown begins. There's no pausing, rewinding, or deleting this nightmare. Now you might think there's a loophole, some clever hack to dodge the inevitable. The legend says if you make a copy of the tape and convince someone else to watch it, you can pass the curse along like a twisted game of hot potato. Sounds simple, right? Here's the catch. You have to ensure the other person watches your copy. And good luck living with the guilt of dooming someone else. And let's
I was
not
about
talk
to say,
about those 7 days. They're
messed
not
up.
exactly a vacation. Samara has a way of making her presence known. Subtly at first, flicker of the TV, random voicemail with nothing but static.
I mean, if it's your op, your real op, maybe it'll be all right. Like an actual op. Like they did some crazy, like they I don't know, they have to do something wild. Then I wouldn't feel too bad.
But as the days tick down, the hauntings escalate. Sleep becomes a luxury as nightmares bleed into reality. By day 6, you're questioning your sanity, jumping at shadows, and probably regretting every life choice that led you here.
I would,
But wait, it
'cause
gets
I would've
even better.
deleted.
Samara has a unique talent for technopathic shenanigans. What does that mean? She can manipulate electronics, appearing on screens whether they're on or off. Oh, you're gonna try unplugging your TV? That's cute. She'll just crawl out of your smartphone instead. What about physical resistance? Well, forget about it. You can't punt a ghost back into the well she crawled out
I
of.
can do
Samara-
what I want. Y'all saw the scene in like Scary Movie where they did the whole thing and damn, what's her name? Anyways, the one of the characters like fodder. I thought that was funny.
Era transcends the usual limitations of our normal
That's how I
world.
would be.
Bullets, running away, barricading yourself in a room are all useless. Imagine this. It's day 7. You're huddled in a corner, every light in the house is on, surrounded by a futile ring of salt you've read about on some internet forum. The clock strikes midnight and the TV turns on by itself. Static fills the screen and she begins to emerge, small hand gripping the edge of the well, followed by that mop of hair covering her face. Now, after watching this, you might still be saying to yourself, nah, I'd be able to survive all of these horror movies.
No, if you think you can survive every last one of them, something wrong with you. And I have to get away from you as well. I don't know. Something where you're too far gone. Okay, if you genuinely, I don't know the jokes, if you genuinely like, yeah, I got it. I could.
Well, I'd like to invite you to the comment section to tell me why you would survive. Because I think you're wrong. But if you really think you could survive, like this video and subscribe. Because I'll be making another video just like this about analog horror entities that you definitely won't be able to survive. If you want to see more movies that are, if you want to see me talk about more horror movies that are
Analog horror? What is that? I really liked this video. Like, no, this was dope. I felt very engaged. He gave a lot of background information. He picked good, like, villains, or are they villains? Whatever. And yeah, this was cool. I'm gonna do more of his stuff. But yeah, like I said, would I delete myself about 5 times? Like what? I deleted myself 5 times, and then one of them I said I wasn't even gonna be in it because I'm a great person. Saw not coming after me. I'm awesome, huh? Y'all like, come subscribe. Tell me if you think you would survive. And I'm gonna tell you, you crazy. I don't care which one. I don't care which one you tell me. If you were actually in the situation, I'm telling you, crazy. Or did the hostile one? I think I said I would survive. I'm not really sure. Whatever. But yeah, y'all like, come subscribe. Follow me, Instagram, follow me on TikTok. I'll see y'all in the next one.